Good morning, all of you. So I'm going to start your sixth chapter today. That is the age of Guptas. Okay, I'm going to start the age of Gupta. Okay, the Gupta period, the Gupta Empire. If you means about Gupta Empire, you need to know one thing, that Gupta period was considered as the golden period of Indian history. Is it clear? Because Guptas have established empire in India, and they have worked so hard. The king like Chandragupta first, Samandra Gupta, all right, these were the Gupta rulers. These were the Gupta rulers. Then Chandragupta, Vikramaditya, these were the Gupta rulers. All right. During the Gupta period, whether it is science, or it is maths, or it is art, or it is literature, or it is language, or it is culture, or it is development of the empire, in every sense, there was a wide progress and prosperity has been observed during the Gupta period. So that's why the Gupta period is considered as, the age of Gupta is considered as the golden age of Indian history. Whether it is from economic point of view, or from social point of view, or from cultural point of view, or from educational, architecture, art, literature, science, mathematics, in every sphere, a lot of progress and prosperity has been observed. That is the first thing you need to know. Who were the important rulers? Rulers are Chandragupta first, Samandra Gupta. Samandra Gupta was one of the very famous and very bold ruler of the Gupta period. Is it clear? Then we have Chandragupta, Vikramaditya. These were the rulers, the brave rulers, who have really contributed to make the Gupta period the most prosperous period in the history of India. Now, when you open your book, you see the age of the Gupta, the first paragraph. That is the period about 2 centuries from early 4th century AD is known as Imperial Age of Guptas. Okay? Which period is known as the period about 2 centuries from early 4th century, from the beginning of the 4th century AD, the coming 2 centuries, the Imperial Age was the period of the Imperial Age of the Guptas. Then, during this period, India made, underline, this is something important, during this period, India made a progress in the field of education, science, culture. I have already told you. During the age of Gupta, India has made a tremendous progress in the field of education, in the field of science, in the field of culture, and that is why this period is also known as the classical age or the golden age of the Indian history. Is it clear? So this you people have to underline. Just underline this, all of you. What you people have to underline? This. During this period, India made a progress in the field of education, science and culture. Okay, education, science and culture. Then after that, this period is also known as the classical age of the golden age of Indian history. This you people have to underline. Okay, then after that, see, all of you. After that, see. Next, we have to start the source of information. 2 very important sources of information. One is the account of Fahim. Fahim was a traveler from China. From China, he came to India during the period of the Guptas. He came to India and he was a pilgrim. He was a Buddhist. He was a pilgrim, all right, who came to India, all right, to visit the religious places of Buddhists. While visiting the religious places, he observed this, that during the period of Guptas, all right, what things he has observed, what things he has seen, he has written in a book, which is one of the very important source of information about the Guptas. Then we have a Alhambaat pillar inscription. The picture is given, page number 59 in your book. You see one pillar is there. The name of this pillar is Alhambaat pillar inscription. It is a pillar, and in this pillar it is inscribed. What is inscribed? Inscribed about the Gupta rulers, the Gupta's political life, the Gupta's social life, economic life, everything is inscribed in this pillar. So this pillar is also an important source of information about the Guptas. Is it clear? We are going to start with the first source of information, that is account of Fahin. Now all of you see, Fahin was the earliest Chinese pilgrim who visited India on a religious mission during the reign of Chandragupta II. So who was Fahin? Fahin was a Chinese pilgrim. He visited India. For what purpose he visited India? For religious mission. When he come to India for religious mission? During the reign of Chandragupta II. This is first point. Then where he has gone, he went to pilgrimage to Mathura, Kannauj, Kapilavastu, Kushinagar, Vaishali, Patliputra, Kashi and Rajagriha. These are the areas he visited. Then he made a careful, unbiased observation about the condition at that time. Okay, so he has actually seen the conditions of that time, all right, and he has written. All right, and total 6 dots are given of what Fahin has observed in India. First dot, Magadha was a prosperous country with a large town teeming with wealthy population. He said that Magadha was a capital. And Fahin has observed this while visiting to the Gupta territory. He observed this, that Magadha was a prosperous country. Prosperous means very rich country, with larger towns and wealthy population, means those people were there, they were very rich according to Fahin. Second point, Patliputra was a flourishing city with a numerous charitable institution. He said the Patliputra was a flourishing city. Flourishing means very beautiful and very well decorated, and it was continuously progressing with numerous, he said that in Patliputra several charitable institutions are there, like hospitals endowed by benevolent citizens. He said hospitals were there, charitable institutions were there for the help of those citizens who don't have much of money. Third point, although the people were wealthy, they lead simple life. This is also observed by Fahin. Fahin has said that although the people of Magadha or Patliputra were very rich, but they were living a very simple life, generally observing Buddhist rules of conduct. He said that the people were rich, they were following simple life, but normally they were following the Buddhist rules and regulations. Next, he said Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Buddhism and Jainism were the main religions of the Gupta period. Then he said people, however, had no ill will towards other sects. As he said that there was a religion of Vaishnavism, there was a religion of Saivism, there was a religion of Buddhism and Jainism, but there was no ill will among the people. Next, Hindu gods and goddesses were depicted on coins and also in sculpture and painting. Also, he observed that Hindu gods and goddesses were inscribed in the coins and sculptures and in the paintings. And the last point, he said the penal code was mild and the offences were ordinarily punished by fines only. He said that if somebody was doing any kind of the illegal activity, the punishment was very mild. The punishment was very moderate. They were not giving a very tough punishment. And if there was any offences, then they were charging fines only. So these are observed by Fahin, which is an important source of information about the Gupta period. Now all of you see in the book and underline. Suppose if the question comes, who is Fahin? Then answer is this. Fahin was the earliest Chinese pilgrim who visited India on a religious mission during the reign of Chandragupta II? This is the answer of the question, who is Fahim? Then next, what Fahim observed? Then you people have to underline. He made careful, unbiased observation about the conditions at that time. According to Fahim account, all these dots I have explained to you people today, and all these dots you people have to remember. Okay, now tomorrow I am going to discuss the second source of information about the age of Gupta, that is the Allahabad pillar inscription. For today only this much. Thank you, children.